Today's dilemma comes from Mark. Mark says, they say the first part of an addiction is admitting you have a problem. So here goes. I'm addicted. Not to booze or drugs, but to the computer game World of Warcraft. I play it all the time, and even not when I'm playing it, and even when I'm not playing it, I think about it and dream about it. It's taken over my life, and it's leaving no room for anything or anyone else. So today's dilemma comes from Mark. Mark has issued a plea because he can't get off his PC. Hey! Right, JoJo's advice.
If only it was as simple as just getting a girlfriend, but I don't think it is. You know, I've got to say, this gaming thing, I've long suspected that it could become a new addiction for some people, because I think if you've got an addictive personality, it could be up there with drugs and booze and all that kind of thing, you know. This is a serious thing, and I think, you know, Mark, that is a great thing that you're ready to admit that you do have a problem, and you've probably deduced this fact by the fact that you do it daily. You put it before your friends, family and work. I mean, I'm not sure whether you're still in gainful employment, but that's the next step. You know, you pull a few sickies because you want to keep playing, and then you end up losing your job and therefore, you know, have no income coming in, and it can lead to a life of crime. Now, I don't want you to go down that road. I don't want you to go down that road at all. Now, I don't know a lot about this game, but I know that I've seen people on the news queuing up for this game. It's what's it called, War of Worlds or
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft. And I'm not sure. I know there's this Second Life and there's Sims and stuff where you're continually in that world. But with this game, it's Warcraft. Can you not win? Can you not just spend 3 months, get a sabbatical off work, spend 3 months in your Sunday comfies, you know, got your Pizza Hut on speed dial, and just, you know, get it finished. Just win the war. I mean, that's one suggestion you could do. Or, you know, because that's another thing. They say, all these people who queue up for this game, they say, oh, you know, they try and justify it, don't they? Oh, you know, we still make lots of friends. Yeah, with people in Sweden. Not someone to go down pub with, is it? So, in all seriousness, if you can't get all your holiday off work, you know, paid time, a sabbatical or whatever, then may I suggest that you get yourself back on fags and booze, because you might die sooner, but at least you'll have some mates, eh?
Today's dilemma comes from Mark. They say the first part of an addiction is admitting you have a problem. So here goes. I'm addicted. Not to booze or drugs, but to the computer game World of Warcraft. I play it all the time, and even when I'm not playing it, I think about it and dream about it. It's taking over my life, and it's leaving no room for anything or anyone else. Danny's advice.
Well, Mark. Until last week, until last week when it was all over the news,
yeah,
I never actually heard of this World of Warcraft. To be honest, it just sounded to me like Carcraft had started selling guns. So I've had a quick butchers on the website, and from what I can gather, is you have to battle a mythical king in a fantasy land until you achieve, and I quote, soaring levels of power. So my question is this. Exactly how much of an inferiority complex do you have to spend your entire life in what is essentially an angry Narnia? I personally think there's a little bit more to this, right? I think the problem is a little bit more deep-rooted. You know, there's something else going on here, right, that makes you want to immerse yourself in, from what I can gather, the little version of the Lord of the Rings. So what is it? You know, is it penile dysfunction? Is it, you know, do you have a face like someone set fire to it and put it out with a shovel? Right, you know, do you have an object fear of the opposite sex? Were you not breastfed as a child? Something is going on that makes you want to live in this world as opposed to the real one. So you need to get that sorted. You know, perhaps you could have a look in the Lordaeron Yellow Pages to see if there's a therapist of some kind. Perhaps you could try something like that. Failing that, and I know it's the obvious thing, and I know JoJo said it, but sometimes the obvious is the most relevant. Why not get a girlfriend? Get a girlfriend. I say this, right, because I recently purchased Call of Duty World at War for my PlayStation 3. Now, if I'm being honest, the only reason I'm actually here now at work and not stuck in some Japanese cave network with my flamethrower and a couple of flashbang grenades and Lieutenant What's-His-Face helping me out is the fact that come about 8:54 last night, I was issued with a yellow card for the impending sex ban that I was going to receive if I didn't turn it off and put I'm a Celebrity on. It worked.
Today's dilemma comes from Mark. Mark has issued a plea because he can't get off his PC. JoJo's advice.
Swap your addiction, get yourself on fags and booze. It's Christmas after all, have a drink.
Danny's advice.
Your bird may have to be inflatable or off the internet, but, you know, it's a start.
He said.
She said, da-da-da.
He said.
She said, da-da-da.